ઓળખો તમે? જય પ્રભુપદા જય પ્રભુપદા જય પ્રભુપદા જય પ્રભુપદા. જય જય પ્રભુપાદ 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 જય જય પ્રભુપાદ. શ્રી ગુરુ ચરણ પદ્મ કેવલ બાકાતિ સદ્મા. શ્રી ગુરુ ચરણ પદ્મ કેવલ બાકાતિ સદ્મા. વંદો મુઈ સાવધાન માતે વંદો મુઈ સાવધાન માતે. જહાર પ્રસાદે બા એ ભવતો રિયા જા. કૃષ્ણ પ્રાપ્તિ હોય જહા હોય તે. ગુરુમુખ પદ્મા વાક્ય ચિતે તે કોરિયાક્ય. હારના કોરી હો મને આશા. હારના કોરી હો મને આશા. શ્રી ગુરુ ચરણે રતિ એસે ઉત્તમ ગતિ. શ્રી ગુરુ ચરણે રતિ એસે ઉત્તમ ગતિ. જે પ્રસાદે પૂરે સર્વ આશા. જે પ્રસાદે પૂરે સર્વ આશા. चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना हा हा प्रभु कर दया देहो मोरे पाद छाया सुख त्रिभुवन हे बेजास सुख त्रिभुवन प्रभुपाद लइलो शरण जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य शीला हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, जमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी महारानी की, कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, प्रियत प्रिदंग ट्रांसीडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ट्रांसीडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to the lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and can obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Hare Krishna. Ki Jai.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवर दारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवर दारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर दारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर दारी यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Ram Sankirtan ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita 3.13. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yagna Shishista Shinaha Santo Yagna Shishastinaha Santo Muchyante Sarva Kilbisai Muchyante Sarva Kilbisai Bunjante Te Tva Agam Papa Bunjate Te Tva Agam Papa Ye Pachanti Atma Karanat Ye Pachanti Atma Karanat Yagna Shistanshina Santo Muchyante Sarva Kilbasai Bunjate Te Tvagam Papa Ye Pachantyatma Karanat Yagnashishtasinah santo Muchyante sarvakilvasai Bhunjate te tvam agam papa Ye pachantya atmakaranat Yagnashishtasinah santo Muchyante sarvakilvasai Bhunjate te tva agam papa Ye pachanti atma karanat. Any volunteers? Yagna Shishtasana Santo. Yagna Shishtasana Santo. Chante Sarva Kilvasai. Chante Atma Karanat. Yagna Shishtasana Santo. Muchyante sarva kilvasai Bhunjate tva agam papa Ye pachanti atma karanat. Matajis. Yagna shishtasana santo Muchyante sarva kilvasai Bhunjate te tva agam papa Ye pachanti atma karanat. Yagna sishtasena santo Muchyante sarva kilvasai Bhunjate tva agam papa Ye pachanti atma karanat. Thank you. Yagnashista, of food taken after performance of yagya. Ashinaha, eaters. Santaha, the devotees. Muchyante, get relief. Sarva, all kinds of. Kilbisai, from sins. Bhunjate, enjoy. Te, they. Tu, but. Agam, grievous sins. Papaha, sinners. Ye, who. Pachanti, prepare food. Atma karanat, for sense enjoyment. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sins. Purport. The devotees of the Supreme Lord, or the persons who are in Krishna consciousness, are called santas, and they are always in love with the Lord, as it is described in the Brahma Samhita. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santaha Sadaiva Hridayesu Vilokayanti. The santas, being always in a compact of love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the giver of all pleasures, or Mukunda, the giver of liberation, or Krishna, the all-attractive person, cannot accept anything without first offering it to the Supreme Person. Therefore, such devotees always perform yagyas in different modes of devotional service, such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, etc. And these performances of yagyas keep them always aloof from all kinds of contamination, of sinful association. in the material world. Others who prepare food for self or sense gratification are not only thieves but also the eaters of all kinds of sins. How can a person be happy if he is both a thief and sinful? It is not possible. Therefore, in order for people to become happy in all respects, they must be taught to perform the easy process of Sankirtan Yagya in full Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there can be no peace or happiness in the world. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Padati Swapadantikam Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Shrishtam Manumapi Sachiputramatra Swarupam Rupam Tasya Grajamurupari Maturim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Aho Radhika Madhavasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi. Can we open the door? Because it's really hot in here, no? I'm sweating. I'm not stopping. Hare Krishna. Are we all recovered from last week? 5 programs. Oh, Krishna. Are we all recovered from last week? Everybody else is not recovered yet. But some of us have recovered. Last week we had such a week of bliss. We had so many programs last week. Last week we had, what programs did we have? Liverpool Rathayatra. Sridhama Prabhu came. Shruti Kirti Prabhu, Prabhupada's own servant, came. 60th anniversary of ISKCON, we celebrated 4-hour kirtan, and then Braj Bihari Prabhu came. So a whole week of bliss we had last week. So a lot of us, we took so much opportunity, but we have to recover. There's a thing called spiritual hangover. When you have a Janmashtami or a big festival and it goes on through the night, and the next day, the most equivalent you can have to is a material hangover is that spiritual hangover. So, yeah. There's actually recordings of Srila Prabhupada in the early days of ISKCON, very early days of ISKCON, 60 years ago, obviously, where at the start, barely anybody was coming to the classes. Sometimes there was no people coming to the classes. And you know what Prabhupada did? Did he cancel the class? He gave the class, even though there was nobody in the room. There are some recordings, it's very rare, but there are a couple of recordings of Srila Prabhupada giving class to the full walls in the room. Such a small room, and he just gave the class. Because he knew that spiritual vibration, it stays wherever it is. Whenever we talk about Krishna, it stays. So in this verse, Srila Prabhupada is actually explaining. He mentions the word santas. Anyone know what santas are? What are santas? Saintly people, yes. So it said that saintly people, they can see Krishna everywhere. Wherever they go, they can see Krishna. Whether they go outside, inside, if they go to the theme park, to the cinema, they can see Krishna anywhere. But they can only see Krishna everywhere because, in the verse it says, Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena. You can only see Krishna everywhere if your eyes are tinged with the mascara of love. How beautiful imagery is that? As if it's a makeup. So when your eyes are tinged with the mascara of love, you can see Krishna anywhere. That's the qualification. If you can't see Krishna anywhere, that means our eyes are not anointed with that mascara. So those people, they can see Krishna anywhere. When they look to the sky, they look at this color of the sky and they think, blue, that's Krishna. When they sit in the ground, they think, we're sitting on the ground, I'm sitting on Krishna's lap. And when they feel the breeze of the wind, they feel Krishna's embrace. When they see electricity, they see Krishna's energy. So they see Krishna everywhere. But there are actually even more levels to that. So actually every religion has that philosophy. What does Prabhupada say about every religion? What's the basic philosophy of every religion? What's the purpose of a religion? To love God. To love and serve God. Doesn't matter whether it's Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, anything. The basis of any religion is to love and serve God. But we have to learn to love. Put your hand up if you love God. Yeah. We're trying to love. Can we say we really love? If there's a house fire in your house, who are you going to save? Your children or Krishna's murti? There's a devotee called Indra Prabhu. He's a very big kirtaniya. He left his body a decade ago or so. And he was very much into deity worship. He had world-class deity worship. At the head of ISKCON, they would invite him to Mayapur, and he would teach. They wanted him to teach deity worship courses. And one person, they asked him in Mayapur, what's the qualification of doing deity worship? And he said, the qualification of doing deity worship is that if there's a house fire, without a second thought, you should give up your life to save the deity of Krishna. And they said, all right, that's a theoretical thing. Who's going to do that, But then, do you know how Indra Prabhu left his body? From a fire in his home. There was a gas leak, and the room exploded with his deities in it. And do you know what Indra Prabhu did? He locked the door. So when the devotees heard a huge bang, they went to his room, and they were asking, Indra Prabhu, are you okay, are you okay? So now eventually they banged the door open. And do you know what they found? Ainda Prabhu left his body. Do you know what? In what position? His hands were around the feet of his deities, and he was paying his obeisances. That's how they found him leaving his body. So not just through theory, he explained that the qualification for doing deity worship is you give up your life for your deity. But he showed it through practice as well. So do we love Krishna, really? We have to ask the question sometimes, Don't be so pessimistic, but we should analyze ourselves. Do we really love Krishna? There are stages of loving Krishna. There are stages of loving God. If you look at the process of devotee life, okay, let's say you get connected to the temple, you get connected to the devotees, you start practicing bhakti. You start getting some bits of love. You don't get it straight away. You start getting love a little bit. You start to love Krishna a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, the more you practice. So it said the first stage of loving Krishna to seeing Krishna, because the more you love Krishna, the more you'll see Krishna. The first stage of seeing Krishna or loving Krishna is that you first get to see Krishna's hand in your life. Put your hand up if you've ever seen Krishna's hand in your life. Right? We've all, it's bound to happen. If you've not, it'll happen. But you have to practice bhakti. There's so many devotees you hear, even in the UK, not in India, not in the Dham, not in the holy place, but in the UK, of all places, England. There, of all places, you see Krishna's hand in your life. There are so many pastimes we could say. I'm not going to say some. Does anybody have their own pastime of Krishna interacting with their life? Not seeing Krishna as the person Krishna, but he's interacting with your life. Should I give your example, Prabhu? Oh no, I won't embarrass you. There are so many pastimes. So many, I don't know which ones to say. But you can see Krishna's hand in your life. Sometimes Krishna frees up time for you. I've heard pastimes of devotees struggling with their Krishna consciousness, and then something happens in their life where there's a huge change in their life, big lifestyle change. And they have more time for Krishna. They were praying for it, and then it just happened. So you see Krishna moving things in your life. Sure. Please do.
At my place in Gurgaon, so we have a small temple just we wall is just we are sharing that wall with the small temple in Gurgaon. So my in-laws all are going to the temple every day doing puja and all this stuff. But we were here, we were not that much connected, and the centuries just started coming now. So it just I was getting those things from them, but I was not doing all those stuff or we worship daily, but I was not indulged into
Education.
Krishna specifically. Last year was like that. I was very much depressed or stressed or anxiety I was having to my work. Suddenly, I don't know what happened. The online classes started from ISKCON Stoke, and I was going through a very bad phase at that time into my work. And I started joining that ISKCON temple classes, and they were also, they did not start directly with Bhagavad Gita, they started
You see Krishna's hand.
Holding my hand and saying, you will be fine.
Yeah.
Just believe in me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Thank you so much for sharing. It's wonderful. Yeah. So many pastimes, you know. You know, before we had this temple is 4 years old. There were 2 devotees, people, one devotee, one favorable. They were living on this street behind the temple. One, I won't say his name. It was a wonderful person. He met the devotees when he was 17. He's now around 50. And he met them on the street. He got a Krishna book from them. And he was always interested in Krishna and spirituality. But then until 17 till around 50 years old, he got no exposure. And he was somewhat in his own meditation praying, I want to know about these Krishna devotees. And then the temple started here. This is less than 2-minute walk from his house. So Krishna came to his doorstep. And there's another devotee there. And she, a temple just appeared next to her doorstep. So there's so many things, So when we start practicing bhakti, we start loving Krishna a little bit more. And then we get to see Krishna's hand in our life. That's the first stage. Because before then, Krishna might be working in your life. He might want to give you a few reminders of himself. But we don't see it. Sometimes we can't see Krishna when he's right in front of us. There's that famous story. A man was going to work and he was late for work. It was 8 o'clock. He was supposed to get to work at 7. He was stuck in traffic. He goes to the car park to park his car in Manchester. And he's driving round and round. And all the car spaces are filled. So he's driving round and round and round and round and round. He's saying, God, please let there be a parking space. I need to get to work. I'm going to get fired or something. So I need a parking space. Please, please, please. And then he's driving round and round. There's no parking space. Please, God, give me a parking space. Give me a parking space. And then a parking space appears and he says, never mind, I found one. So sometimes we can't see Krishna's hand in our life when it's right in front of us, right? So that's the first stage, That's not ultimate love, that's not the most love, but it's some love we have for Krishna. We get to see him in our life. The second stage of loving Krishna is that we start to see reminders of Krishna everywhere, right? So as we were saying, the devotee, when they sit on the ground, they feel they're sitting in Krishna's lap. When they feel the breeze of the air, they feel Krishna's embrace. When they chant, they feel Krishna embracing them. Everywhere they see signs of Krishna. It's not just interactions with Krishna, but they see Krishna is everywhere. Not in the same way of... There's another philosophy called Mayavad philosophy where people think that everything is one. I am God, this wall is God, this floor is God, everything is God. But I've forgotten that I'm God. We've all forgotten that we're God. And at the end of this, we're going to attain moksha and we merge back into our one self. So that's not our thinking. We see that God is everywhere, but we have some difference and we have a way of serving him. So we can see Krishna everywhere, but in a way that's personal, right? Even if you're not practicing bhakti, there are outside philosophies that believe that everything is energy of God. So there's some identification of that, no? That God is everywhere. But when you start loving Krishna more as a person, that identification of Krishna as everywhere becomes personal, not impersonal. Does that make sense? Krishna as a person. How can you have a relationship with a light? If I give you a light bulb and it's emitting light and I say, have a relationship with this person, love this person, love this thing. That's nice, but you're not able to do it unless it's a person that you have a one-on-one interaction with. So, when we stop thinking of the world as an impersonal thing and more of a personal thing, that is the next stages of love. We have Prabhupada's Pranam mantra. Everyone knows Pranam mantra? Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Deshatayine. What's Prabhupada doing? He is breaking away all of the conceptions of voidism and impersonalism in the Western world, and he's giving them Krishna. So this is the next stage of love. This is how we can love. It has to be personal. It has to be personal. It's said for a devotee, there are 3 sports, main sports. Does anybody know these sports? 3 main sports. You can play any sport, but there are 3 very bona fide sports. Well, some people know it. Come on. Yes. Swimming is one. Yes. Krishna and the Gopas used to swim in the Yamuna. It's a bona fide sport. Anything else? A ball is there, but it's not the main one. They had many games. What's the next one? Wrestling. Yes, Krishna and the boys would wrestle in Vrindavan, and sometimes Krishna would lose and he'd start crying, and the boys would say, "No, no, don't cry, don't cry." So wrestling is a bona fide sport. And do you know what the third one is? Debating with Mayavadis. That's said in our culture. So for devotees, we have 3 sports: wrestling, swimming, and debating with Mayavadis. Because this is such a thing. Devotees are so in love with Krishna. If they see anywhere that Krishna is interacted with impersonally, it's so not comfortable to them. Krishna is a person. He is my friend. He is my lover. That I want to have an interaction with him. So when he sees people that are having impersonal relationship with Krishna, it upsets them. So for a devotee, swimming, wrestling, and defeating Mayavadis. Our Srila Prabhupada's own guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was so strong in defeating Mayavadis that when a Mayavadi would see Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the street, they would walk in the opposite direction and change their route wherever they were going. That's how strong the devotees are for being against impersonalism. So, even Srila Prabhupada's own disciple, there's one disciple called Radhanath Maharaj. There's a pastime of Radhanath Maharaj. A Mayavadi was debating with Radhanath Maharaj, and they were in the temple hall. And the Mayavadi was going, yeah, well, the ultimate truth is oneness, We want to be merged into, there's no such thing as impersonalism. Krishna, he was also under the veil of Maya when he came here. So all these philosophies were coming out, and Radhanath Maharaj was debating back. And they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, Radhanath Maharaj was defeating the arguments, but the Mayavadi wouldn't let himself go down. Said, no. Then he'd come up with some other argument that wouldn't be strong enough. And then even though Radhanath Maharaj would defeat that argument, he'd say, no. So Radhanath Maharaj was defeating the Mayavadi in the arguments. But the Mayavadi was saying, no, and he wasn't backing down at all. And eventually the argument went down for an hour, then it went for 2 hours. Then the Mayavadi said, okay, let's take a break. I have to go to the toilet. I have to attend to nature's call. And Radhanath Maharaj said, no. You wait there. You're God, no? If you're God, you can hold it. So my point is that the second stage of love of Krishna is that we see Krishna's personal nature everywhere. We have reminders of Krishna's personal nature. One time Srila Prabhupada he was in a car and they were driving in America, and there was a massive billboard. I forgot what the billboard was saying, but it was a brand of some cologne brand or something, or a drink. And Prabhupada looked at it and it just drove by, so it was just a glimpse, 1 second of that billboard, and he said, Govinda? And the devotee said, no, Prabhupada, I didn't say Govinda, it said this. But you see, the love that Prabhupada had, there's a stage of love that you mistake things in this world for Krishna as well. But you're not actually mistaking it, you're seeing the reality. Because you're seeing Krishna everywhere. Does that make sense? So Srila Prabhupada was so in love with Krishna that everywhere he looked, there was a reminder of Krishna, even if it was to do with something completely different. Right? How beautiful is that? So the first stage of devotion, first stage of love is what? Forgotten already? Seeing the hand of Krishna in your life. Second, we just talked about it now. You're seeing Krishna's personal nature everywhere. Reminders of Krishna everywhere, his personal aspects. And the third, when you really you've been practicing bhakti for so long and love is just coming to you and your eyes are being anointed with pure love for Krishna, then what do you think you can see? You literally see Krishna. You see Krishna. You see the Gopas. You see them playing in the streets, you see Krishna's pastimes happening. It's said in Vrindavan, if you go to Vrindavan today, if you have eyes anointed with love of Krishna, then you can still see Krishna, the Gopas, the Gopis, the Brajabasis doing their pastimes in Vrindavan today, even if you go there today. But because our eyes are not anointed with love, we can't see. And what do we see? We see pollution, we see lots of people gathered together, hustle and bustle, loy bazaar, you know. But when our eyes are anointed with love, we see Krishna, and not just Krishna in Vrindavan. Because Srila Prabhupada said that wherever the devotees are, wherever the temples are, it's Vrindavan. It's an expansion of Vrindavan. So even here, in Manchester, in Birmingham, in Liverpool, in London, wherever the devotees are, Krishna is performing his pastimes personally there. But when our eyes are anointed with love, we can see that. How lucky we are that here in the temple, you never know, Krishna can be here performing his pastimes personally. And not just that, your eyes, because you can see Krishna on a transcendental level, your eyes have become transcendental. You can see Krishna's associates as well. Krishna comes with his devotees. He never comes alone. He comes with his devotees always. There's that famous pastime of, Marina Mataji likes that pastime, when Prabhupada was once doing a program on a stage and they were doing kirtan. And they wanted to do a bhajan program, where they had around 10 bhajans, poems about Krishna, and they wanted to sing them in a row. So Yamuna Mataji, one very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada, was Srila Prabhupada's partner here. And before the program, they did a rehearsal. Okay, we sing this bhajan, then we sing that bhajan, then we sing Bhaja Hare Mana, then we sing this bhajan, then that bhajan, then that bhajan. It was very well, both her and Srila Prabhupada were practicing on the harmonium. And then Yamuna Mataji would play the harmonium, Prabhupada would say, play this key, not that key. Very intricately practiced. Everything, to the T, practiced. And then they went onto the stage. And I think they were supposed to sing Bhaja Hare Mana. And they were doing the bhajan, and they were singing. And Yamuna Mataji, as soon as she was about to start, halfway through the bhajan, Bhaja Hare Mana Shri Nanda Nandana, Prabhupada cut her off in the middle of the bhajan. And in his own mic, he started singing, Narada Muni Bhajai Vina Radhika Ramana Name. This bhajan is a glorification of Narad Muni. Narad Muni, he's singing Radhika Raman and he's playing on his veena and he's dancing. He's thinking of Krishna eternally and he's singing Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, and he's playing his veena. And at the same time that happened, Yamuna Mataji was perplexed. Why is he singing this bhajan? Prabhupada never made a mistake. In all of the 11 years of Prabhupada performing his pastimes in the Western world, all of the devotees can testify, Prabhupada never made a mistake once. So why is it now, has Prabhupada forgot the order that we're singing in the bhajans? So there's a snapshot, there's actually a picture of this, black and white picture, of Yamuna Mataji sitting on the floor on the stage, and Prabhupada's on a big Vyasasan on the stage. And the exact time she's on a harmonium and she's looking at Prabhupada in complete confusion. She's making a funny face in confusion. And then after the program finished, Yamuna Mataji asked Prabhupada, why did you change the order? And Prabhupada said, did you not see Narad Muni walked in? So because he walked in, I wanted to welcome him. So I was so happy seeing him. So I started glorying, Narada Muni Bhajai Vina Radhika Ramana Name. So this only happens when your eyes are anointed with love. Because not only do you see Krishna, but you also see his devotees. That's why we said at the start of the class, Prabhupada would give class even when there was no one in the room, because maybe demigods were there, other devotees that you can't see. So he would give class to the four walls. The four walls are even devotees. So yes, there are many pastimes. Prabhupada, there's a pastime actually in our local temple, Bhaktivedanta Mana in Watford, where a devotee caught Prabhupada at a random time in the day when there was no one in the temple. They caught Prabhupada. They went to the temple room to do their japa alone. And they went and they heard some chanting or talking near the curtain. The curtain was closed for the deities. And they thought, why is there someone talking behind the altar? So then they peek their eyes. You shouldn't actually peek your eyes behind the deity because that's their private space, But they thought, let me peek my eyes behind. And they saw Prabhupada. Prabhupada was by himself and he was having a full-blown conversation with Radha Gokulananda. This deity is here that we see. Full-blown conversation. And there were gaps in the conversation because Srila Prabhupada was hearing what Radha Gokulananda was saying. Can you imagine? He was literally speaking with the deities. So this only happens why? Because when you have full love for Krishna. When your eyes are tinged with the love of Krishna. So first stage of love, hand of Krishna you see. Second stage, personalization. You see Krishna everywhere. Third stage, you literally see Krishna. You can interact with Krishna. But this only happens through bhakti. What is bhakti? Devotional service. What are the processes of devotional service? Does anybody know this? What's the process of devotion? Apart from the initiated devotees. What's the process of devotional service? Devotional service means something practical to do for Krishna. Devotional service. Service. Not think of Krishna, be all Krishna, like this, Of course, thinking of Krishna is a form of devotional service. But what is a process of devotional service? Gaura Prabhu. Yeah? That's just general, that's service, But what are the processes of devotional service? If you categorize them. Okay. That is. Yes. So anything practical that we do for service, for Krishna, that is a process of devotional service. But there are nine main processes of devotional service that are explained in Bhagavatam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. And actually, if you look at our work in progress mural, there are 10 people, but 9 of these people are doing a process of devotional service. So one of them is Kirtanam. What is Kirtanam? Bhajan? Glorifying Krishna. Doesn't just mean singing about Krishna. Talking about Krishna is Kirtanam. Kirtanam means talking about Krishna. Can you imagine? Just talk about Krishna. It's a form of devotional service. Last week, Rajbi Hare Prabhu came to our temple, and after the program, he was, he's such a humble devotee. He was saying, what am I doing? You guys are doing, I'm so happy you're doing everything in the temple and everything like that. You're taking care of the temple. What am I doing? I just came, spoke, and ate prasadam. But he's so humble. But Kirtanam, he was doing Kirtanam. Actually, he's an expert at Kirtanam. He speaks about Krishna wherever he goes. It's a very valuable service, There's Shravanam. Shravanam is what? Hearing about Krishna. If someone's doing Kirtanam, there's someone hearing, no? Even if we're chanting by ourselves, there's nobody in the room. You're chanting, but you're also hearing the holy name. Why do you chant on the beads? You chant the holy name of the Lord so you can hear as well. Right? You chant it and you hear. It's like double, 2 birds, 1 stone. Like that. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. What's Smaranam? Remembering Krishna. You've got to be thinking of Krishna all the time. Pada Sevanam. What's Pada Sevanam? Sevanam means what? Seva? Yes, serving the lotus feet of Krishna. And that is by doing what? How do you actually serve the lotus feet of Krishna? That's Smaranam, because you're thinking about Krishna.
I heard one of the things, but I don't remember right now, the way lotus feet is still in the water.
That's the lotus feet of Krishna. Yeah, because they're not, they're here, but at the same time they're not contaminated by the material world. But serving the lotus feet of Krishna, if we can't see Krishna, or we just have the deity of Krishna, do we just serve the lotus feet of the deity? No. Wherever Krishna has put his lotus feet, you serve that place. So, what is Padasevanam? Going to the holy places. Taking the darshan of the holy places. It's very important. But actually it's not even that. It's not going there, it's residing in the holy place. In Bhagavatam it's mentioned. Pada Sevana means residing in the holy place. Are we all offenders? We're not residing in the holy place. We're living in Stoke-on-Trent, of all places. Not just a holy place, not even a capital city, you know. So we're not in India. We're not residing in the holy place. So how are we doing Pada Sevanam? Exactly. Each of the Krishna conscious centers, the places where we chant, dance, feast as devotees, that is non-different from Vrindavan. It becomes the holy place. So even here, there can be Pada Sevanam. Next. Archanam, what's Archanam? Deity worship. We don't need to explain that. Everybody knows what deity worship is, no? Like we said, Krishna is a person. We have to serve him personally. If we connect with him and we just know about Krishna, how can we serve him? The deity is like a honing beacon. We can serve God. God is there in the sky, you know. God is here, God is there. But we have to hone down to a person. So the deity becomes as Krishna, non-different from him. So you can serve him personally. Next. Vandanam. What's Vandanam? Offering obeisances. Yeah. Also, it's also described as praying. So people, they pray to Krishna. They have a conversation with Krishna. Because there's Kirtanam, there's Shravanam. But at the same time, if you're having you have to have a conversation with someone to have a relationship with them, right? If I'm trying to love someone, what do you do to love someone? You talk with them. You got to know about them, right? Of course, you can know about them from someone else, but personally, it's a whole different thing. So to love someone, you have to have some interaction with them, praying. There's Archanam, you serve them. And next? Huh? Dasyam. Be a servant to Krishna. You can't be in love with Krishna if you think, I'm all almighty, he should serve me. No, you should serve Krishna. Next? Sakyam. That's a one that's hard to understand. Sakyam. What's Sakyam? Seeing Krishna as a friend. Sometimes Krishna doesn't like being served to all the time. He wants a friend as well. If you have everyone in the entire cosmos serving you, bowing down to you, oh great Lord, you're going to feel a little bit lonely, no? So Krishna wants you to be his friend as well. And Atmani Vedanam. What's Atmani Vedanam? Complete surrender to Krishna. Don't think about anything else in your life anymore. Everything else is worthless. All I have is you, Krishna. I surrender completely unto you. So these are the processes of devotional service. And once the mural is done, you'll see each person represents one process of devotional service. So, yeah, these are the processes of devotional service. Through this, if we do all of these processes of devotional service, we can start to love Krishna. Then we can start going through the 3 phases. Then we can start seeing Krishna's hand. Then we can start seeing Krishna everywhere. Then we can see Krishna personally here in front of us. This is how we do it. Now someone might ask, that's a lot of things to do, right? It's a lot of things to do. What if you're not attracted to doing kirtanam? You know, the point is you want to do everything, but it's okay to have a forte. Everyone has their own favorite thing, right? I know some devotees, sometimes in a class, people are just waiting at the end of the class, so it's a questions and realization stage where they can grab the mic and they can say, my realization, and they'll talk for 15 minutes, you know? They like to talk. Sometimes it's a little bit annoying. People, why is that person speaking? But it's nice. That devotee likes to speak. As long as they're speaking about Krishna and they're not saying about themselves, they like to speak. It's there. Some people, they like to do deity service, and that's it. They're not really into doing kirtan, they're not really into doing preaching, they're not really into doing hearing, but the actual devotee should be doing everything, but it's okay to have a forte that you do mostly. Does that make sense? So you should be doing everything. I went to a university program in Nottingham once, and after the class I gave, there were a lot of Hindu youth. So they came from Hindu backgrounds where their parents had not taught them anything, So they had lots of questions naturally. Do I do this? Do I do chanting? I'm not really attracted to chanting. So do I still have to do chanting if I'm not really attracted to it? So I told them, do it, but it's okay to have something else that's your majority. But some level of it should be there. Because when we have a little bit of everything, then we really progress. So doing kirtanam, I can already think of examples. Some people, they go through ecstasy just from talking. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, everyone knows the story of the Srimad Bhagavatam? Shukadev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit has 7 days left to live. And there's a very famous conversation where we have the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is a whole conversation between Maharaj Parikshit and Shukadev Goswami. Maharaj Parikshit has 7 days left to live, so he wants to perfect his life in that time. So day and night, no breaks, they just keep talking about Krishna. That's the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Shukadev Goswami, his forte is what? Kirtanam. He likes to do kirtan, he likes to talk about Krishna. So it said, during the Srimad Bhagavatam when he was talking, at certain points during the narration, he would go into ecstatic trance. And he would just completely close his eyes and everything around him didn't exist anymore. And sometimes he would just faint in complete absorption of Krishna because he was in such ecstatic emotions from talking about Krishna. So what the devotees had to do, they had to do kirtan. To solve his kirtanam ecstasy, they had to do more kirtan to get him out of that kirtanam ecstasy. It's inconceivable, no? So then from that, he woke up again and then he continued speaking. And it happened a few times. Every now and then, they had the mridangas and kartals at the ready. This is explained by Jiva Goswami. Even in we quote this book, I quote this book quite a lot, Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Brihad Bhagavatamrita is a continuation of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And it's a story of Narad Muni where he's going across all the different planets and all across the world trying to find the best devotee of the Lord. And every devotee he goes to, the devotee says, I'm not a devotee, go to this person, they're better than me. And eventually he goes through so many devotees. Narad Muni goes to Prahlad Maharaj, he goes to Bali Maharaj, he goes to this devotee, that devotee. He goes to so many devotees. And eventually he goes to Hanuman. Hanuman is a great devotee. Who here likes Hanuman? Put your hand up. Okay. So Hanuman is a great devotee. So there's a whole, I'm going to go through it quickly because there's some other things I need to speak about. Narad Muni meets Hanuman. I will go through it quickly. And Narad Muni starts glorifying Ram to Hanuman. And Hanuman becomes ecstatic, hearing about Ram, my Lord. And then they start glorifying Krishna. Because Hanuman knows, Krishna is also my Lord Ram. He's not different from my Lord Ram. He's just in a different form, different mood. So, Hanuman starts glorifying Krishna. And Narad Muni is listening. And Narad Muni is in complete ecstasy, listening. And he's in so much ecstasy that he can't control himself. So he's sitting down. And eventually, it's explained his feet, they start tapping on the floor. Because when Narad Muni goes into ecstasy, he starts to dance. He's a transcendental dancer. He loves to dance. So naturally, from hearing about Krishna, he goes into so much ecstasy, he's doing shravanam, his feet start to tapper away. Pitta-patta, pitta-patta, pitta-patta. And it's described, it's such beautiful beats that are coming from his feet. And eventually, his hands start shaking. And eventually, he gets up, and then he gets back down. He gets up and he sits back down. He can't control himself. He doesn't know what to do with his body. He's going into so much ecstasy of hearing about Krishna. And then he starts swaying back and forth. And then he starts dancing up and down the forest that they're in. And eventually he's dancing up and down, and Narad Muni, he can fly. So he starts jumping higher than the trees in the forest. So he's jumping up and down, dancing in the sky, dancing here, dancing there. And eventually Hanuman opens his eyes from narrating about Krishna. And Hanuman, from seeing Narad Muni's ecstasy from Shravanam, he's getting more ecstasy from Kirtanam. So Hanuman starts dancing, and even more, he starts going into even more detail and even more ecstasy about talking about Krishna. So, what I'm trying to say is, you can have your own forte. Okay? You can have your own forte. So, out of all the fortes, today we're not here to talk about I'll just mention, because the title of the class was supposed to be about Lord Jagannath. We didn't reach Jagannath. The class is basically, I'm over time. But I'll mention a few things about Jagannath at least. So, the point I was trying to get to is there are so many processes of devotional service that we give to Krishna. But Krishna also has his fortes of what service he likes to receive. So what's Jagannath's forte of service that he likes to receive? Who here knows Jagannath? Everyone here knows Jagannath? Yeah? What's his forte of receiving service? Bhoga. Prashad. In Jagannath Puri, for the last 3,000 years, Jagannath has been eating 56 preparations every day, 24/7, 365 days a year. And not just preparations that are like little, bowls. If you go to Jagannath Puri today, you'll see they have a whole system. The kitchen never has no one in it. The fires are always there. The fires are always on and they're cooking 24/7. So, and there, when Jagannath eats the prashad, he eats the bhoga, it becomes prashad. And the prashad comes in such big quantities. They have a whole marketplace of just prashad. Can you imagine? We have Hanley, we have Newcastle Town Centre, and it's bigger than that. There's a whole city centre, a marketplace of just prashad that Jagannath has personally eaten. And that marketplace is called Ananda Bazaar. The marketplace of pure bliss. So we talked about how we can have our own forte of devotional service. For many, we can obviously say our forte is also prashadam. We do like to eat. If you see the devotees, most of devotees have pot bellies. We like to eat because Jagannath is so merciful, we can eat as much as we want, There's a devotee I know, he always says, as soon as I come to the temple, I come in so healthy, fit, and ready to do anything. But as soon as I've finished the program, I'm waddling out of the temple like a duck. So we like to eat, Not just eat anything, we like to eat prashadam. So Jagannath is so merciful. The title of today's class was supposed to be the mercy of Jagannath. So I'll just say 3 main merciful aspects of Jagannath. One merciful aspect is what? Prashad. It's so not hard. It's so easy to serve Jagannath. All you have to do is eat his prashadam. All you have to do is eat his prashadam. You don't have to do tapasya. You don't have to, do a lot of rounds. You don't have to hear a lot. Of course, like we said, we should be doing all of them. But for Jagannath, he's so merciful that simply if you eat his remnants, you'll get complete ananda, you'll get complete bliss. That's how merciful Jagannath is. A second point of his mercy, everyone knows how Jagannath looks. How many eyelids does Jagannath have? 0. If you see all of the deities we have in the world, we have a Radha, Krishna, Gauranitai, Ramachandra. You always see on the deity, they have at least, eyelids. They might not be closed, but they have eyelids. So therefore they sleep. But Jagannath doesn't have any eyelids. If you see, even when it's painted on him, they don't paint any eyelids on his face. They're completely open, like discs. What's the reasonings of this? We have a few Jagannath devotees in the temple, you can say. Why does Jagannath not have any eyelids? He doesn't sleep. Why doesn't he sleep? Yes, because he's giving darshan to the devotees all the time. So if you go to the temple in Jagannath Puri, the temple is only closed for 2 hours a day. Do you think that's for him to sleep? 2 hours for him to sleep? No. They close the temples and the pandas say that's when the demigods come to take personal darshan. That's their allotted time. So 2 hours a day, they close the curtains, they close the doors, and the demigods come and they take darshan of Jagannath. So he never sleeps. He eats all the time and he never sleeps. And also one aspect they say is that not just so that the devotees can see him, Not just so that he's available to the devotees. It's so that he can see the devotees as much as possible. Does anybody know the deity called Ranganath? Huh? In South India? There's a wonderful deity of Ranganath Swami. And this is a beautiful deity of Vishnu where he's lying down and his eyes are pretty much shut. So the acharyas, they give a comparison between Ranganath and Jagannath, rhymes. Ranganath and Jagannath. They're both the same person, they're Krishna. But it's said that when Ranganath, why he has his eyes closed? Because whenever the devotee makes an offense, they make a mistake. Because you do, we are humans. Who here has made a mistake in their life? Everyone makes mistakes. So Ranganath, it's said that when a devotee makes a mistake, Ranganath has his eyes closed so he doesn't see the mistake. He can't take offense. It's impossible for him to take offense. He's so merciful. But when the devotee does something nice, that's when Jagannath, he has no eyelids, so he sees all of the nice qualities of the devotees. So Krishna sees everything nice we do and nothing bad we do. How merciful. So this is the reason that Jagannath has no eyelids. And the third one is a very famous form of mercy. What is it? Rathayatra. Right now, at this time, Jagannath, for the last few days, if you go on the live stream on YouTube, you type in Jagannath Rathayatra, you'll see a live stream of the Jagannath Rathayatra where the biggest number of people come together in the entire world. So much people come for the Rathayatra. Over 1 million people come in the streets of Jagannath Puri to attend in the Rathayatra and pull Jagannath Rath carts. The gathering is so large that you can see it from space. How crazy. So, the Rathayatra is so special because, I'm not sure if you know, in the temple of Jagannath Puri, they don't allow anyone that's not Hindu to come in the temple. You know, if you're even like even to me, you know, when I have an English accent. So when we went, I had to do an Indian accent just so they wouldn't catch me out. They told my mother and father, they told me, don't speak. They'll catch on to it and they say, he's a foreigner, get him out of here, he's not allowed in the temple. You know. Some devotees have made their way in. We have one devotee called, one very famous acharya in our movement, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. He's black body devotee. He's from New York. New York? He's from America. So he's full American, black body devotee. But he snuck into Jagannath Puri because he pretended to be South Indian. You know? So he is one of the only foreigners. Some foreigners have come in, but it's very secret. So anyways, so foreigners, they're not allowed because there's a prophecy in Jagannath Puri that people of the Russian countries, there's a prophecy in their Shastra that people of the Russian countries at some point in time, their love for Jagannath will be so strong, they'll steal Jagannath and take them back to Russia. So it's actually you can be frustrated that they're not letting our devotees in, but at the same time it's because of a very loving prophecy. So anyways, because of that, Jagannath is not available to see for most of the year to the devotees. So what does Jagannath do? He comes out of the temple. If the devotees are not able to come to me, I will go to them. And not just that, we have 1 million people coming for the Rathayatra. Srila Prabhupada, being an extension of Jagannath's mercy, didn't just allow Jagannath to come out of the temple in Jagannath Puri, but he allowed Jagannath to come to every country in the entire world, to every capital city in the entire world, and be available to those that have never seen Jagannath or heard of Jagannath in their entire life. You know the meaning of Jagannath? The Britishers, when they came to India, they saw the Jagannath Rathayatra and they were gobsmacked by it. So they created the word, you know this word Jagannath? There's a word in English called Jagannath. Jagannath, the translation of Jagannath means unstoppable force. And they got this word from Jagannath because they saw the Rathayatra and it was an unstoppable force. The Rath carts are bigger than our temple. You know, there's so much space. You can make a whole temple out of it. And they rebuild it every year. A new Rath cart. So this is the unstoppable force of Jagannath. So Jagannath's, the meaning of Jagannath, what's the meaning of Jagannath? Lord of the universe. So Jagannath is the Lord of the universe, not for the Lord of India, not for the Lord of Jagannath Puri. He's Lord of everyone, no matter who. Anybody can get the mercy. Even if an animal eats the prasad of Jagannath, they'll get the mercy. So Jagannath is available to everybody. So, anyways, going back to, what time is it? 1:45. I have 15 minutes. So, Jagannath's mercy is there. Actually, it's not just Jagannath that's an unstoppable force, but his mercy is an unstoppable force. Because his mercy is going all across the world. His mercy is available in what? We said 3 forms. Jagannath's mercy is available in what? Bhoga, Prashadam, Darshan, and Rathayatra. So those 3 forms, those are just 3. There are many different forms of his mercy. But his mercy, if we want to receive it, we have to see that mercy. So we have to see Jagannath for who he is. It's hard to see Jagannath because he has an odd form. I don't have time to talk about the whole pastime of his form, how it came. But we have to see Jagannath. Because Krishna can come right in front of our face. But if our eyes are not anointed with love for Krishna, we cannot see him. Krishna can stand right in front of us, but if we are not loving, if we don't have bhakti, we can't see him. There's a famous pastime of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is non-different from Krishna. He appeared here 500 years ago in the form of a devotee. And Lord Chaitanya, he made his base Jagannath Puri. The majority of his pastimes he spent in Jagannath Puri. And during the Rathayatra celebration, you see this picture, this is Lord Chaitanya during the Rathayatra celebration. Millions of people were there. That the king of Jagannath Puri, it said within Jagannath Puri law, that the king of Jagannath Puri is considered to be the first devotee of Jagannath, the primary devotee of Jagannath. So he's giving first priority. If he wants to go see Jagannath, he can go see. Nobody waits. He can go. So the king, he heard of Lord Chaitanya because word was spreading in Jagannath Puri, the Lord has come. And people are saying, he's non-different from Krishna, he's non-different from Krishna, he's non-different from Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So when the king got to hear that this saint had come, and people were talking about him as if he's Krishna himself, he was a bit curious and he wanted to meet this person. But Lord Chaitanya was a sannyasi. He came in the form of a sannyasi. So sannyasi is the general kind of law for sannyasis is that they should not meet any royalty, politicians, or powerful people. They should be preaching to those people that are on a lower level. Because they don't want to get engrossed in all politics. That ruins the whole spiritual aspect of things. You can see today, politics is such a hectic place, no? Dangerous place. Politics everywhere. So, when he would send a messenger to ask if he could see Lord Chaitanya, the messenger would come back with a message saying, no, you can't see him, he won't allow. He doesn't want to meet the king, he doesn't want to meet any politicians. So then he would send another messenger, and they would say no again. He'd send another messenger, and they'd say no again. So eventually he thought of a plan. Lord Chaitanya will be there during the Rathayatra celebration. So just maybe, they said that Lord Chaitanya, because he came as a devotee, he would go through the ecstatic symptoms of devotion. They're called sattvika. Perspiration, trembling, sweating, shouting loud words of Hari, Hari, Hari. It was almost like as if someone's possessed. These are forms of ecstasy that we can't see because they're very high, elevated forms. And often, if anyone produces those forms of ecstasy, we'll probably think that guy's crazy, right? Some people, they copy them and they try to pose as I'm an ecstatic person, so they start drooling and all these things. They try to pose as that. So therefore, it's not something to rely on. So it said that Lord Chaitanya, he would go into such ecstasy, pure devotion of Krishna, being Krishna himself, that he would go into ecstasy and he would not be aware of his environment. So the king decided, let me go during that time. So he went during the kirtan, and whilst Lord Chaitanya was drooling, and there was dust on his body because he would roll on the floor, and he was sweating, he saw, he would not be aware of his environment. So then the king went to take his darshan. And the king saw this form of the Lord jumping up in the sky, his limbs flowing in the air, and perspiration was there. Limbs were trembling. So from the materialistic point of view, this was not very nice to see. But from the spiritual point of view, when we have eyes of bhakti, we can see it's transcendental. But the king, he mistook it. He was thinking, what's this? A saint doing this? Or even Krishna doing this? So he was glad he took darshan of the Lord. But then when he came back to his palace, he started having thoughts, doubts, you could say, that this is not right. So then he went to bed that night. And the king, he's said to be a very intimate devotee of Jagannath. So Jagannath came in his dream. And the king approached Jagannath in his dream. And Jagannath was in a very strange form because Jagannath was drooling. And his body was filled with dust and mud. But yet, because the king, he loved Jagannath, he went to Jagannath and he hugged him. And he offered his obeisances and he offered praises to Jagannath. And before the king could come close to Jagannath, Jagannath said, Stop, you rascal. Stay a bit far away from me. Don't be a hypocrite. You saw me like this before, and you thought wrongly of me. So you're seeing me like this now, and you're thinking it's okay? So then the king realized that Lord Chaitanya is non different from Jagannath. So the point was that sometimes Krishna can be right in front of you, but you can't see him. There's another famous story. I'll say this is the last story, and I'll end off with this. It's another story of Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya was in Jagannath Puri, he made it as his base. So many of his devotees would come there. And the Vaishnavas, there was a huge amount of Vaishnavas booming from Jagannath Puri. Once there was a Brahmana. The Brahmana's name was Ram. What was his name? Ram. And he was a Brahmana, but he was poverty-stricken. His whole family had kicked him out. They wouldn't care for him anymore. And the Brahmana was so hungry and poor that his stomach was burning of hunger, it's described. Burning sensation he would get. He was so impoverished. His whole body was just completely skinny, bone to bone, skin and bones. And the Brahmana, he was going through such a tough time. He'd been kicked out by his family. So then eventually he said, what do I do? What do I do? And he was thinking that I'm going through this because I committed some bad karma in my bad life, in my previous life. Then he heard that Jagannath is nearby. Jagannath Puri is a land where Jagannath is there and you can worship Jagannath. And Jagannath is the Lord of everybody. So if I go to Jagannath and I pay obeisances to him, he'll give me punya. He'll get away all my bad karma. So he was actually a South Indian, Dravidian Brahmana. So he traveled from Dravida Desh, South India, all the way to Jagannath Puri. And this Brahmana, he went to Jagannath Puri. And he went before Jagannath. And Lord Chaitanya was in the room at the time, the temple room. And he went before Jagannath and he prayed to Jagannath, "Oh Jagannath, I'm a poor, useless Brahmana. I'm going through such hardship and troubles because of my bad karma, but because of you, I'm here. So you please give me complete riches and solve all of my torture. If you don't do this, I'll kill myself." Is that a normal thing to pray to the Lord? No? If you don't make me rich, I'll kill myself. That's blackmail, no? So then he'd pray, and then he'd leave the temple, and whatever small bits of begging prasad he got, he'd eat to survive. But eventually, his situation became so bad that he decided, I'm going to leave my body. So then he stopped eating. He'd go to the Jagannath temple every day, and again he'd pray to the Lord, "My Lord, I'm impoverished, but you can give me riches. Give me riches, make me completely rich." Not even, he wasn't asking, "Give me a bit of money so I can survive." Make me rich. Otherwise I'll kill myself. So then he was fasting. Jagannath wasn't answering his prayers. So then eventually he thought, "I'm fasting, but I'm not dying quick enough." This is a bit of a, strong story. So then what he decided, let me end my life now only. So he went to the ocean, and he had the intentions of drowning himself in the ocean. So before he went to the ocean, he was a Brahmana. So even though he was having very bad thoughts, "Jagannath, make me rich, otherwise I'll kill myself," he had class. A Brahmana is meant to be someone who has class. So before he would drown himself in the ocean, he prayed to the ocean, "O Varundev, please make me a space in your waters. Make me a space in your waters because I'm about to leave my body there." So as he was praying to Varundev, there was nobody on the beach, nobody in the ocean, no fishermen, no boatmen. A man appeared from the ocean. This happened 500 years ago. It's in Shastra, there are documents of this. A man appeared from the ocean, and he started walking towards Ram. Ram was flabbergasted, what's happened here? There was nobody here and someone's appeared from the ocean. He walked towards him and he went right. Then he started walking down the beach. And Ram was thinking, "Jagannath?" He thought it was Jagannath. And then the person was walking away. Ram ran after him with his skin and bones body. And he ran after him and he said, "Jagannath, Jagannath, is that you? Excuse me, excuse me." And the person waited. He said, "What do you want?" "Who are you? Please tell me who you are. If you don't tell me who you are, you'll be responsible for killing someone." Again, he's blackmailing someone. So then the person said, "Okay, why do you want to know who I am? It's none of your business. Leave me alone. But anyways, why are you trying to kill yourself? You got to take care. If someone comes to you suicidal, you've got to take care of them, You can't just say, 'Get out of here.'" So he came. And said, why are you suicidal? What's happening? He said, "Well, my family has left me, my children have left me, my wife has left me, my whole family has completely disowned me. I don't have anything to eat. I have so much illness within me. My whole life, there's nothing worth living anymore. I'm not even able to act as a Brahmana anymore. I'm not able to be Brahmanical anymore." And then he said, "Okay, I tell you what, I'm come to go see Jagannath. You come with me, and then I'll go with you back to Dravida Desh, back to South India. I'm actually a king. My name is Vibhishan." Now, he's a king, and his name was Vibhishan. Now, he was actually, if anyone knows the Ramayana, he's King Vibhishan. But he just thought, "Oh, it's a king, and he's Vibhishan." He didn't know he was from Ramayana. And he came from the ocean. It's said today, Vibhishan, King Vibhishan, after Ravana was killed, Ram made him the king there. And then eventually he moved to South India, and he was residing somewhere there in Dravida Desh, and he's still living today. So, Vibhishan said, "Actually, I'm going to go see Lord Jagannath. You come with me, and then I'll come with you. I'm a king. I'll give you all the riches you want." So then, they started walking together. So Vibhishan started walking towards the Jagannath temple, and the Brahmana started following behind. For some reason, Vibhishan didn't walk towards the temple. He walked to a different temple. The temple was called Tota Gopinath, with a beautiful form of Gopinath there. Gopinath is sitting down cross-legged, and he's playing his flute. It's the only form of Krishna in the world where he's sitting down cross-legged and playing his flute. Very beautiful. The deity is still there. You can go today in Jagannath Puri. Very beautiful deity. Very beautiful temple. So he went to Tota Gopinath temple, and there Lord Chaitanya, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself was sitting with his disciples and associates there. And they were all chanting the glories of Vrindavan. So they're glorifying Vrindavan, about Krishna, the gopas playing in the forest, the gopis, the rasalila, the scents of the trees, the bumblebees, the breeze, everything. They were talking about Vrindavan. And eventually, Lord Chaitanya stopped talking about Vrindavan. He cut everyone off and he said, Govinda, who is his secretary, Govinda, there are 2 people outside, bring them in. How Lord Chaitanya knew? He's Krishna. Bring them in. Eventually Govinda went to the doorway. He saw 2 brahmanas, Vibhishan and Ram. It's funny, his name was Ram. I just realized now. And they said, come in, come in. As soon as Lord Chaitanya saw Vibhishan, he got up and with tears in his eyes, he embraced Vibhishan. How are you? It's been so long since I've seen you. And the devotees were thinking, who is this? We don't even know who this person is. The devotees, who is this person? We've been with Lord Chaitanya for so many years. He's not even, who is this person? For so many years, I've not seen you. How are you? How is the kingdom? Little did they know, what does he mean by saying, I haven't seen you in so many years? So many yugas. I haven't seen you since I was Ram. So Vibhishan came and Vibhishan was crying and he was hugging the Lord, embracing, and everybody was thinking, what's going on here? And the Brahmana was sitting in the back behind, just as some devotees sit behind our temple, in the back of our temple during the class. So he's sitting behind, you don't want to be noticed. So then Vibhishan said, I actually brought this Brahmana with me. He said, yes, I know, Lord Chaitanya said. This rascal Brahmana, he went to Lord Jagannath and he was praying, Jagannath, give me riches, otherwise I'll kill myself. He's going through bad karma because of this only. So I know Lord Jagannath hasn't answered any of his prayers because he's been blackmailing the Lord. This is not how you approach the Lord. And you take him to Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath is very merciful. Now he will grant him everything that he needs. He will give him all the riches in the world. You go to Lord Jagannath with him and then take him back to your whatever is next. So then Vibhishan said, yes, my Lord. So the Brahmana was looking at this person. He was thinking, who is this person? Golden sannyasi. Who is this sannyasi? And eventually they left. And they didn't walk to Jagannath Puri, the temple. So then Vibhishan was saying, come on, we'll go to Dravida Desh now. I'll give you all your riches. So then the Brahmana was asking, the sannyasi ordered you to go to the Jagannath temple to see Jagannath. Why are you not going there? You should follow the orders of a sannyasi. And Vibhishan said, you fool, that was Jagannath. Because Vibhishan is a devotee of the Lord, his eyes are tinged with the love of Krishna. He could see that Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath are the same person. That's why Lord Chaitanya knew the prayers of Ram. That's why Lord Chaitanya knew the intentions of Ram, because he was Lord Jagannath. So then eventually the Brahmana couldn't believe it. He fell to the floor, he held onto Vibhishan's feet and said, take me back, take me back, take me back. He's realized now, I just missed my chance. As we were saying, Krishna can be right in front of you and you won't even notice him. It's possible. So then eventually they came back and Lord Chaitanya said, Vibhishan, why are you back? Vibhishan said, my Lord, ask the Brahmana. And the Brahmana said, my Lord, I didn't realize it was you. Please, give me riches. And eventually, Lord Chaitanya, he had a bit of tough love with the Brahmana. And he said, whatever happens, Jagannath will give you losses, Jagannath will give you winnings. Just take shelter of Jagannath and you'll get everything that you need. Then the Brahmana realized, riches is not the way to go. The way is bhakti. So then after that, the Brahmana became a great devotee of the Lord, and he realized that Lord Chaitanya is no different from Jagannath, and Jagannath is not to be blackmailed with. We have to approach Krishna with love. If we don't approach Krishna with love, nothing will happen. Bhakti means love. Devotional service is to get what? Bhakti. Bhakti is what? Love. So with that, we say Jai Jagannath. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Hare Krishna. Soon we'll have some prasad. Does anybody have any questions or realizations or questions? Someone can do some kirtanam. No? Okay. If not, then we will have some kirtan. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You can all be stood. Ooh, sorry.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shanadi Pashtata Dishatarine Namaste Saraswate Devi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Radha Gokulanand Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jai Radha Sham Sundar Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. कलयुग पावन युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणार वृंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahaladadayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Eto nasimha parato nasimho. Yato yato yami tato nasimha. Bahe nasimho hridaye nasimho. Nasimhadam sharanam prapadye. Now I need to do this whole part. Tava kara kamala bhare naka adbhuta shringa dalita hiranyakashipu tanu bringa keshavadreta narahari rupa jaya jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare. Tava kama kamala male nata adbhuta shringa danita hiranyakashipu darubringa keshavadreta navahari jaya jagadisha. Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. नरसिम्हा की
प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। महाप्रसाद गोविंद नाम ब्रह्मणि वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यगतं राजं विश्वासो निवजायते शरीराय विद्याजाल जयेन्द्रिये ताहे काल जीवे पहले विषय सागर तारमध्यदीवताय लोभो मायस दुर्मति ताके जेतकतिम संसारे कृष्ण बलोते रमाय केरिवाय जीव जाय साप्रसाद मजलबाय सेनामत पाओ राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ रेमेदा को श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु I'll sing this part. Ninda Shri Advaita Gadarada Shri Ravasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare
महाप्रसादम की
Thank you so much for coming to today's session. Well, I say session, but it's Sunday Love Feast. As you can see, it's filled with love from the start to the beginning. Thank you, Balram Prabhu, for your wonderful class. And thank you, the cooks, whoever helped cook today's prasadam. Thank you so, so much. So, a couple of announcements. We have next Sunday a very, very special Sunday Love Feast. So if you don't know already, if you know somebody with children or you have children yourself, you've got to make sure you come next Sunday. It is Children's Rathayatra in the temple! So, we will start with Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja at 12 as usual, 12 o'clock. And then after that we will have class, a very special class. And then His Grace, Tribhangananda Prabhu, he is a direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So he will be coming and we will, after the class, do the Children's Rathayatra in the temple. Children are requested to kindly bring a fruit, one of their favorite fruits, whatever they like, and a flower. And they can offer that to Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra on the day. If you would like to help with the arrangements of the Rathayatra or helping children, or you want to help with decorating the cart or whatever it is, please see Sneha Mataji, I think Vihan's mom. Vihan, give everyone a wave. She was in the building somewhere. She's upstairs. Wonderful. So please see Sneha, or you can see Priyarani Mataji or myself as well. So that's next Sunday, 12 o'clock sharp, Children's Jagannath Rathayatra in the temple. On Saturday, the Liverpool ISKCON devotees are doing a very special kirtan concert over in Liverpool. I think it starts around 5 p.m. It's an evening concert. Some of us are going to go to help and support. His Grace Vayasakhi Prabhu, who is again a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, a world-renowned kirtaniya from way back in the day, is going to be leading that concert. So if you're interested, you can check out Sacred Sounds Liverpool on Instagram, or come and talk to some of us and we'll go together. It's really nice to support all our different centres within the UK, especially Liverpool because it's a growing one. Every Wednesday we meet here. So for those of you who can't make a Sunday, or you want more, you want to churn the nectar more, Balram Prabhu mentioned Srimad Bhagavatam in his lecture today. So Srimad Bhagavatam, you could say, is the cream or the essence of the Vedas. You need not read the Vedas if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam has the message of the Vedas within there. And it's also very nectarian. So every Wednesday at 7:30, we meet here in the temple to churn the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So please do come along, or tell your friends, come along. We have kirtan, we have Bhagavatam reading, and then we have prasadam after that. And as you know, our dear Radhamohan Prabhu is a very good storyteller. So he has you hooked with your ears, listening to Krishna Katha. So it's wonderful. Please don't miss that if you can make it. Are there any other festivals coming up? Okay, fabulous. We've got some new things in the shop, some beautiful little toys for children, some Krishna books. So please go and check the shop out today and support the shop. The shop is here to help enrich you, but also to help the temple as well. And my last announcement is, are there any newcomers today? Anybody who's new, who has not been to the temple before? Could you kindly raise your hand so we can see who you are? Okay, wonderful. Probably we have yourself. Anyone not been for a long time but has come back after a long time today? Yes! Great to see you here. Wonderful. And Mataji yourself as well after a long time. Wonderful. Okay, Puji's parent. Oh, wonderful. Welcome to our temple. There is a gift waiting for you in the shop. So please see Marina Mataji. She's holding Sudevi there. Go and see her before you take prasadam to receive your gift. And we'd like to welcome you to our ISKCON Stoke family with 3 loud Haribols. Haribol! 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 Thank you so much. We shall take prasadam now. You can take it upstairs. Or once you've received your prasadam upstairs, you can come back down and also honor it here. Oh, there's a birthday today. Okay, wonderful. Today we have Shri Hari and Shri Niket. Have I said that right? Did I say it right? Oh, fabulous. That's great points for me. So we've got a birthday in the temple today. You guys, as I think I remember, are really good at acing Bhagavad Gita quotes. Okay, close your eyes. You can close your eyes too. And I would like you to think of one Bhagavad Gita quote that comes to your mind straight away.
Are we doing Sanskrit?
Yes. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Okay, can you tell me which Bhagavad Gita verse that is?
Chapter 15.
Verse. It's okay if you don't remember the verse number, but you can recite it and tell us the meaning.
Okay, we don't know the meaning, but we
That's okay, you can recite it.
Okay.
You can recite it together.
I'm not reciting.
Okay.
What? Om Paramatmane Namaha Ata Panchadashodhyayah Shri Bhagavanuvacha Udvamulam Madashakam Ashvattam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnami Yastam Veda Savedavit.
Wonderful. Very cool. Fantastic. Thank you. So who's Shri Hari?
Me.
Okay. You! And who's Shri Niket? That's you. Wonderful. Okay. So we've had something from you, Shri Niket. Shri Hari, would you like to say something? No. Are you just eager to cut your cake? Yes. I can see that you are. And sister, are you sister? Yes. Yeah. Would you like to say something for these guys?
Hare Krishna.
Hi. Very nice to meet you.
Okay, I will say something from chapter 17. Om Paramatmane Namaha Ata Saptadashodhyayah Arjuna Uvacha Ye Shastramiti Mutsujya Yajante Shraddhayanvitaah Tesham Nishtatu Ka Krishna Sattvamaho Rajastamaah.
Wonderful, beautiful. I just want to say, it's so inspiring, isn't it, to see. How old are you going to be?
I was 9 on the July. I was 7th of July.
Okay, so you're 9?
11.
16.
9, 11, and 16, and these guys are acing Bhagavad Gita. It's so inspiring. Can we give them a massive round of applause? And today we can take the moment to cut your birthday cake. 9 and 11, right? Yeah. Wonderful. Mataji, would you like to say something as the mother?
Go on, huh? Go on, say something. So, I'm waiting.
Have you
It's been
cooked the feast today?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you want to just cook the feast today.
Oh, no, it's a team effort. So thank you all. Thank you to Preeti ji and Rohit ji for giving me this opportunity. I don't come here every week, I'll be honest. I come once a month, try my best to, help out with the volunteering work here. So it's been a pleasure. It's, I think probably 3 years now, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, best wishes. Yeah. Yeah. Practice Bhagavad Gita.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to cut the cake and offer it to Srila Prabhupada, and everybody, we can sing Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to you. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you. Everybody, please say 3 loud Haribos. Haribo! 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 We wish you a very, very, very happy birthday, both you guys, on behalf of ISKCON Stoke. May you keep coming here. May you keep learning Bhagavad Gita. Did you like coming here?
Yeah.
What do you like about coming here?
Everything.
There you go. May you come here and love everything as you do for years to come. May you feel close to Krishna in your heart. And may you love Krishna with all your heart. Thank you so, so much. And Prashadam waits upstairs. Oh, one more announcement.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much, Tita, for the announcements. Just last announcements, I couldn't update her in time, but we have very good news. Every Wednesday, we have a Srimad Bhagavatam class. But the Wednesday of 29th July, not this Wednesday, but Wednesday after, we're going to have the opportunity of a very wonderful disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Anybody knows a devotee called Vyasaki Prabhu? He is Prabhupada's very senior disciple and is famous for his singing. He has many CDs, his kirtan are really wonderful. And he's coming for Liverpool Rathayatra, Liverpool Kirtan this Saturday. And he so kindly agreed to come on our Wednesday program for a Kirtan session. So 29th July, Wednesday, 7:30, we'll have a nice Kirtan session with Vyasaki Prabhu. He's really, mastered the art of singing. He's been very professionally trained, by the classical singing. He's originally from America. He joined Prabhupada's movement in 1973. And he has got many CDs. I personally, he's my favorite singer. Some of the things, some of the songs he has sung, they are like legendary in our movement. So 29th July, 7:30 p.m., His Grace Vyasaki Prabhu with us today. Please note that date in your diary and please do come on that day evening. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One more now.
So sorry. I announced last week Harinam dance class. So if you weren't here last week, just a quick one. The announcement is up on the ISKCON Stoke WhatsApp group. So if you're interested in dancing for Krishna, we're going to be doing regular classes, dressing up. We'll go on Rathayatra, Harinam. Join the group and then you can see the poll from there. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Prashadam waits upstairs.